It's been an interesting weather pattern in the Northeast lately. Yesterday is a good example because it was below zero. And to add to the misery, it was windy. They had big wind gusts. There was snow blowing everywhere yesterday. And to add one more thing to the mix, it was trash day. So we had put out our trash cans and the recyclable bin, and stuff just kept blowing over. Now, we got lucky in the fact that no trash went flying, but we had to, really pack some things in. We had to go out a couple of times to put the garbage can back up and to make sure that the heavy thing that we had put on top of the recyclables bin stayed there so that we didn't have stuff just flying everywhere. And a lot of people did. We ended up with a lot of stuff in our yard that was not our trash. Across the street from us, our neighbors are both in their 90s, and they're not doing well, physically, health, and they put out their garbage because that's their normal day for putting out the garbage, even though it wouldn't be picked up to the next day. Their garbage was flying everywhere. Now, we couldn't really handle all the garbage because, once it went down the street, there was just no getting it. But the lids kept blowing off, and the recyclable bin kept tipping over. So my wife and I, throughout the day, kept going over there and picking up the thing and putting the lids back on until at one point some idiot, that's the best I can call it, drove over the top for the garbage can and smashed it in half. Come on, you're driving down the street. You see this big thing in the street. Whether you know what it is or not, you don't drive over it. It could be a trap. It could be something that someone put under there to, puncture your tires. And if it's not, you still don't drive over it. Well, someone drove over it, cracked it in half. So there's nothing you can do about that at that point. Still, we kept trying to go over and do the right thing. The reason I tell that story is because sometimes being a good leader basically means doing the right thing at the right time. We kept going over to try to help our neighbors. We did what we could. And, both of us, we did that. No one told us to do it. It just seemed like the right thing to do. When you have employees, sometimes things aren't going well in their life, and you know it. It's a good thing to go over and maybe ask them if there's something you can do, some help they can have. It's the right thing to do. Sometimes there's a crisis in the family. The right thing to do is to say, look, take the rest of the day, go deal with your family, come back tomorrow, or call if you need more time. That's the right thing to do. You don't see that happen all that often, and I think it's a shame. I understand you're in a large corporation sometimes, and there are certain rules involved in order to do that kind of thing. But really, sometimes you just have to, I hate to say, break the rules, but if you have to do that to do the right thing, then you do the right thing, and you worry about it later on. I did that years ago when working in a hospital. We had a policy where people were only supposed to have 3 sick events a year. But one of my employees had 5 children. Kids get sick. So I overlooked some of them because her kids got sick. It wasn't her sick, it was the kids. What am I supposed to say to her? I'm sorry, you got to lose your job because your kids keep getting sick? No. I did the right thing. I let her take the time to be home with the kids. I couldn't pay her for that. This is back in the 90s. So I couldn't pay her if she took too much time out, but she could use her vacation time towards it. You sometimes just have to figure out a way to do the right thing for people, and doing the right thing is a major quality of leadership. That's my opinion anyway. Let me know your thoughts on this. My name is Mitch Mitchell. I hope you have a wonderful day.